Karen from Countyfairgrounds USA, countyfairgrounds.net. Welcome to today's podcast.
We have on the line with us today Andy Gipson from the Agricultural Commission Department of Mississippi, and he's going to talk to us about the Mississippi State Fair. Hello.
Hello. How are you doing today, Karen?
Okay, you want to tell me about a little bit of the history about this Mississippi State Fair?
Oh, yeah. Our state fair has been going on a long time. In fact, it started in 1858, and this will be our 161st year. And we've never not had the state fair here in Mississippi, and it's always been focused around agriculture. And, you know, every year we'll draw more than 500,000 people here, and in a state of, you know, just over 3 million. That's a lot of folks for our little state, and it's continuing to grow, and we're looking forward to having it in 2020.
And you've never missed a state fair. You have to be one of the few states in the country that can say that.
Well, you know, it's just so important. I guess I hadn't really thought about it. We've kind of taken it for granted, but, you know, this year we've certainly had to do a lot of thinking about having the state fair, and we've taken a lot of precautions to make sure we can do it safely. But our fair is on a 105-acre fairgrounds here that was built to host our state fair. We have plenty of room for social distancing, and all of our barns qualify as outdoor type, you know, open air facilities. So we're excited to be able to do it again here in the middle of 2020. A very unexpected year, but we're having the fair anyway.
Right. And I hate to even discuss this because it's so depressing. So you want to tell our listeners how you're handling COVID at this fair?
Well, yeah, we are. We had to put a lot of thought and work into this process. First of all, thinking about our livestock community. We have livestock shows that will begin here on Friday, October the 9th, and will go all the way through Sunday, the 18th of October. Our cattle and beef cattle, dairy cattle, goats, lambs, and hogs. We even have a mule pull and a horse pull. So we invited our state health officer over and just went over the protocols. We put maximum number of people in terms of the buildings, the barns themselves. And we actually put a maximum number of people for the whole 105-acre complex. We'll be tracking in real time how many people are on the fairgrounds at any given moment, and hand sanitizing throughout, all over the place. The people will be able to sanitize, and we put signs up encouraging people to social distance, and, you know, if they cannot, to wear their mask. And we actually made the investment to purchase masks, over 300,000 masks that, as people come in the gate, if they forgot one or didn't bring one, we'll have the ability to provide them one to use in case they get in a tight spot. The rides, we do have an entertainment midway, and we've spaced those out. We've reconfigured the line so that we can maintain 6-foot line distancing, and as people are preparing to get on the rides. All the rides will be wiped down between every run. And twice a day, the entire ride will be disinfected with a disinfecting mist by machine. So we've done a lot of work here, and we're looking forward to inviting families. And, you know, it's not for everyone. Some people do need to stay home, but we invite everyone who's able to get out to come out and have a good time.
Right. I saw a video about the state fair this morning, and they said, though, that you weren't requiring people to wear masks.
That's correct, and even under our governor's order, our statewide mask mandate that the governor here had put in place expired last week. But even under that particular order, the mandate didn't apply to outdoor events so long as people were able to social distance, that is, stay 6 feet away. So in an outdoor open-air event like this, we have plenty of room that people can spread out and not get, clumped up, as our state health officer said, not clump up together. But if they do get in a tight spot, if there is a crowd, you know, people will have the ability to put their mask on as they exercise their common sense and the good judgment.
Okay, so I have to ask the inevitable question: what's old and exciting, and what's new and exciting?
Well, yeah, we have a lot of great classic parts of our state fair. I've got to mention one first, and that's our Biscuit Booth. We do something I don't think any other state fair does. The Mississippi State Fair actually, through the Department of Agriculture here, operates a biscuit booth, and we give out over 100,000 fresh, hot, homemade buttermilk biscuits here. thanks to our good sponsors at Kroger, grocery stores, Prairie Farms Buttermilk, and with our Blackburn Syrup is one of our key sponsors. And we'll be operating that. We've doubled the size of the Biscuit Booth. We bake, thousands of biscuits a day, and people line up and get them. So we've got extra room to spread out and get that. And we're looking forward to giving out many, many biscuits again to promote the good, wholesome atmosphere here at the State Fair. We also have some new things this year. We're bringing in a lumberjack show we haven't had here in a long, long time. It's log rolling, old-fashioned log rolling, and wood carving, chainsaw sculpting that people will get to see. We have a circus that we have on the Midway. People always enjoy that. We have a human cannonball coming this year. That's kind of new. Down through the Midway, all our classic fair foods. We're famous here for Malone's State Fair Taffy, which is based here in Mississippi, some of the best taffy you could ever find. And a lot of people will line up for the traditional fair foods, elephant ears and things like that. Roasted corn is a big hit. We have a new antique tractor show that we have on the State Fair this year that's really come together nicely. And then the last thing I'll mention is we have opened a pop-up store, which will be selling products, almost 200 varieties of products that were grown, raised, crafted, and made in Mississippi. We call that our Genuine Mississippi store. So a lot of vendors are selling their products here, and people like to shop local, and we're glad to be able to host that this year.
Okay, so do you have walking entertainment?
We do. We have groups coming in. We have the what's called the Roots and Boots Midway concert. We have Aaron Tippin, Sammy Kershaw coming to town to sing for us. We have Great White and Slaughter for those who like an old rock throwback. And then we have a blues night as well. And so there's musical entertainment here on the Midway. It's all outdoor this year, and we are basically just inviting people to come and stay 6-foot social distance. We're not even putting down chairs. It's more or less a walk-in and participate, and people can move on from that. But we've moved all of our big events like that outside for the first time. We're not having any events inside of our Coliseum that we normally would have. And, some of our events we used to have, and we'll have again next year, a Senior Citizens Day, where we just open the Midway just for senior citizens. This year we're going to be live streaming that, and all those events will be outdoors as well. So we're reaching out to our senior adults who are maybe not able to get out this year. They can watch it online. Right.
I'm one of those senior adults. So
Right.
Do you have any special parking this year for the seniors, or are you just encouraging them not to come?
Well, what I've been saying is to people who are comfortable coming, come on. Come on, bring a mask just in case you can't social distance. But for those who do have underlying health conditions or are concerned, I encourage people to stay home. We have, every year for the seniors, we have parking that we run a shuttle of golf carts that help seniors get from their vehicle to the Midway and back. And we'll be doing that, again, to some extent this year. But, obviously, I think that we'll probably have, less participation of our senior citizens. Although we've had other events here in the state recently that have been very well attended, and who knows, we might have good attendance. In one way, people are hungry to get out and do something again, I think. And with the cases that have been dropping, at least cases have been dropping here in Mississippi, I think a lot of people are getting out and doing more things in public.
Right. If anybody can testify that how many fairs have been canceled in this country, that would be me. So,
you know something about it, I know. And we we stood to benefit from some of that. I failed to mention, because so many state fairs canceled around the country, the Midway company that we use was able to bring, I think we have a dozen new rides that have never even been in Mississippi before. So we are excited about that. It may never happen again, but it happened this year.
Right. I really feel for a lot of the entertainers and especially a lot of the vendors. And I understand that you're requiring your vendors to wear masks.
Yeah, that's actually a requirement under our state law and state health officer protocols and part of the governor's order. So our state was lifted from a statewide mask mandate just last Thursday or Wednesday. And I've noticed, I went to Walmart, for example, this morning. About half of the people are wearing masks, half are not, but everybody's staying a good distance away. But for all the vendors, even restaurants and so forth, serving the public, there is a mask and glove requirement, and that will be applied here at the State Fair.
Okay, I have to ask you about 4-H. I suppose they're having some problems.
Oh yes, we've had a lot of events over the year have canceled. A lot of county shows and county events and 4-H FFA programs. Both of their conventions had to go virtual only this year. But I got to tell you, one of the main reasons that we're having a state fair is our young people, our livestock families, called my office and basically said, please let us come show. We don't care if nobody else can come, but please let us. We have our animals. We raise these animals. Our young people are proud of what they've done, and they want to show. So I went to work at that point in time with our governor and with our state health officer to find a way to do it. And because our barns are so open air, outdoor in nature, that we were able to make it happen. And as a result, everything else is kind of built from that. So in a lot of ways, I'll say the reason we're having a state fair is our livestock community so strongly supporting it, and I appreciate them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so one of the things that concerns me because of the virus is restroom facilities. Have you got plenty of those?
We have plenty of restroom facilities. We're going to be extra sanitizing those facilities between, basically on the hour, every hour, and monitoring the cleanliness of that. Our midway as well will be sanitized, all the high-touch areas. We're going to watch that very closely. I've been telling people, and I'm going to inspect it myself to make sure this is going to be the cleanest state fair they've ever seen anywhere. It's going to be very, very clean, and, probably should have always been this clean, but, we have a real reason to do it this year.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I have to ask, and I always ask the person that I'm interviewing, what is usually your favorite part of the fair?
Well, one of my favorite parts of the fair has always been our Senior American Day, and getting to kind of MC that event. And this year we're still going to do it. We're calling it All American Day, and we honor our military, our veterans and service members, and we're going to be doing it all live, but we're also doing it online and broadcasting it on social media. And so we're going to have, patriotic music, Magnolia Brass Ensemble, the 41st Army Band is going to be playing, and some good patriotic music by some very talented musicians. And this is going to enable our folks who are not able to come to the fair to feel a part, and I'm looking forward to that. And I've got to say, my other favorite part is the Biscuit Booth. I get to, who wouldn't love giving out, 100,000 free biscuits? It's just a great thing, and it's something that people have grown up for years now doing, and now they're bringing their children and grandchildren to get that biscuit and syrup at the state fair. It's just kind of a part of our tradition here.
Yeah, whenever I ask that question, I usually get a food answer from people.
I had to throw it in, that's right.
Yes. Okay, so when is this All-American thing happening?
That is happening on Wednesday, October the 14th. All-American Day is happening, if I'm not mistaken about it. Yeah, the Wednesday the 14th, which is just a few days before the end of the fair. It will scheduled to end on the 18th of October. And it'll be next, so not this Wednesday, not tomorrow, but the next Wednesday. We'll be live streaming it online on Facebook, our social media platforms. Really just dedicated to our military and folks who've served our country and fought to keep us safe.
Yes, we definitely need those.
Yes.
Okay, so I've enjoyed talking to you. Is there anything particular more you want to add?
Well, one new thing, because it is such a special year, an unusual year, we have a lot of heroes that we want to honor, and what we're doing is the least we felt we could do for our healthcare, medical professionals that have been there on the front lines, and our law enforcement and first responders who've never stopped working during this virus. We're having a free admission for all of our law enforcement, first responders, and healthcare workers opening day, which is tomorrow, Wednesday, October 7th. Starting at 5 o'clock. All they'll need to do is show us their ID badge, and we're going to get them in here and thank them for serving us through these dark days. And we've just felt like that's the least we could do, and a great way to open our state fair.
And I want to personally thank you for that, too.
Well, you're very welcome. Thank you for that.
Okay, Andy, thank you very much, and I'll get this posted as soon as I can. I'm sure that you'll make a lot of people happy because there's been so many state fairs that have canceled, and they just want to hear that the state fairs are going to continue. So thank you very much.
Thank you kindly, and you have a great day. God bless. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.